Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to crack the code on two of the toughest parts of the IELTS exam, the writing and speaking sections. We're going to look at exactly how they're scored so you can finally get the results you've been working for. Okay, so let's start with something that drives so many people crazy. You know your English is good, right? You use it every day. But then you get your IELTS results, and the scores for writing and speaking are way lower than you thought they'd be. Sound familiar? Well, it happens all the time, and there's a really specific reason why.
See, the thing is, the IELTS isn't just a test of how well you speak English. It's a test with a very specific, almost secret set of rules. And getting a high score isn't about just writing or speaking fluently. It's about understanding and playing by those rules.
And that right there, that's the secret. The examiners aren't just passively listening for a good English. They're literally sitting there taking boxes on a checklist. So the big shift is to stop just practicing English and start thinking, how do I give the examiners exactly what they're paid to find?
All right, let's get into it. What exactly is on this secret checklist they're using? We'll start with the writing test.
Now here's the kicker. These four things, they're everything. Each one is worth an equal slice of the pie, 25% of your total writing score. What does that mean? It means your incredible vocabulary can't save you if you, say, don't answer the question properly. Your final score is just a simple average of these four criteria. Okay, so how does this whole checklist thing actually play out in that 1-hour test? Let's break down the two different tasks you're going to face. So you get 1 hour, right, for two tasks. Task 1, you're summarizing a chart or a diagram in about 150 words. They suggest 20 minutes for that. Task 2 is the big one, a 250-word essay that you should spend 40 minutes on. But here's the thing. They are not created equal.
And this is absolutely crucial to understand. Your essay in Task 2 literally has double the weight, double the impact on your final writing score compared to Task 1. So yeah, managing your time isn't just important, it's everything. You've got to put most of your focus on that high-value essay.
Okay, now let's talk about the traps, the things that can sink your score. The official IELTS guides call them negative features. Think of these as mistakes that basically put up a brick wall, a hard ceiling on your score, no matter how great the rest of your writing is. And here are some of the big ones. If you don't write enough words, if you use bullet points, or if you don't use paragraphs, you're automatically limiting how high your score can go. But for Task 1, there's one that is just brutal. And this just perfectly shows what I mean. The overview is just a quick summary of the main points from the chart. If you forget this one little sentence, boom, your score for a full quarter of that task's marks cannot go above a band 5. It's a simple rule, but man, the consequences are huge. All right, so let's switch gears to the speaking test. And you'll see how this whole idea builds because the scoring logic, it's pretty much the same. It's all about that checklist. See what I mean? The checklist is nearly identical. 3 of the 4 things are exactly the same as the writing test. The only swap is task achievement gets kicked out for pronunciation. And again, each one is worth an equal 25%. Now here's where the speaking test tries to throw you a curveball. The topics. They are designed to be totally unpredictable. They can ask you about pretty much anything under the sun. You could get a question on technology like robots, or something totally abstract, like happiness. Or it could be something super simple, like what you do on weekends. But here's the absolute key takeaway. Please, do not waste your time trying to memorize answers for a million different topics. It's a trap. The topic itself barely matters. Your whole job is to show off your skills in those 4 areas, no matter what they ask you. That's the game. Okay, so we've pulled back the curtain on the scoring. Now for a quick but really important strategic choice you have to make before you even book the test. Should you take it on a computer or on paper? Look, there's no right answer here. It's not about which one is better. It's like which one is better for you. If you type fast without a ton of typos, the computer test is a no-brainer. You even get a handy word counter. But hey, if you think better with the pen in your hand, stick with the paper test. Simple as that. But, and this is a big but, you have to know about one huge difference. On the paper test for listening, you get a whole 10 minutes at the end to transfer your answers. 10 minutes. On the computer, because you're typing as you go, you only get 2 minutes at the end to review. That is a massive difference in your timing strategy. So after all this, what does this all mean for you?
How should this change your game plan?
Okay, the number one mental shift you need to make is this. Stop seeing the IELTS as just a test of your English. Start seeing it for what it really is, a game. A game with clear, learnable rules. Your job is to become a master of that game.
So, by changing your focus from just vaguely practicing to strategically making sure you hit every single point on that examiner's checklist, you're not just hoping for a good score anymore. You are taking the wheel. You're taking control of your prep, and ultimately, you're taking control of your final score.